All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As you can see, we have jumped into the next game here. We got game number 2 of this series, Team Excellent versus Justice League. This is another round of 8 matchup, the only one remaining, actually. The only matchup left, I believe, even with the losers and the winners bracket. So, going to be finishing things off strong. Maybe even have another one after this, depending on what happens. So, of course, Team Excellent coming off the first game victory. And actually, speaking of that, let me just double-check real quickly how that may have played out. Was this from earlier? Yeah, this was actually an earlier match. So, unfortunately, it might not be in the replays that I can pull up. But anyways, this is there. Okay, you are back. Cool. Joined by Swinnamelons once again. Coming back, so we're moving along with this drafting stage right here. The bands, I had to clear my chat, so what are we looking at with the bands? It was Master of Arms, Scout, Ophelia, and Parasite. Coming out. Picks, you see right there. Pebbles, Pyromancer, Keeper on the Legion side. You got Engineer, Tempest, and Rally coming out here on Team Excellent. So what do you got for us, Swindle?
One thing to note, the Tempest was picked by xCet, and that's something a lot of teams have been doing. They pick that first. Pretty much forces the other team to pick a Keeper. Because Keeper Tempest, you don't see that much anymore, but it's still really, really retardedly strong. So they kind of have to pick Keeper there.
Yeah.
Both teams actually have a pretty good lineup going. It's funny, they both have what could be used as a jungler or suicide and their mid lane dual lane. So, or rather their initiator support combo. So both teams have a lot of options. The power heroes that are notable still in the pool. I cannot believe Lodestone was undrafted. And then War Beast, Wild Soul, of course, still in the pool. Deadwood.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen Hag a lot, Tord a lot, Monkey King, but the hero I'm looking at is Lodestone, because if I'm Legion right now, that's what I'm first picking if I have the chance.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes down to that as far as the next tier of picks go. But so far, just sitting on the silhouette band here. We'll see what Bassets eventually chooses. Unfortunately, can't see the timer in front of me. I'm bugged here with my timer, but I'm sure it's coming down to the end here before they need to make an ultimate decision. So yeah, the fact to see Lodestone there, I mean, again, continue to be impressed by the amount of damage that guy can just quickly put out, and just how he can play it also very well in that suicide role. So I was trying to get some information on game number 1. Unfortunately, the replays wasn't working, so not sure how exactly Team Excellent what they ran in game number 1, but they did take the first game. That we know for certain. Over Justice League right here. The winner of this is going to be playing Team USA, by the way, who did ultimately defeat their opponents. The matchup there, and Locomotives, that is. So just an update on that as well. But all right, so we're moving along now. Wild Soul, Moon Queen, and then Pharaoh even coming out. So Moon Queen going to be banned here by DCX. Something tells me maybe that was used last game.
I would assume so. He's a hero that's kind of come back into the scene, and
Yeah.
I'm not surprised because, I mean, it's the hero hasn't changed. Like, let me reiterate, I banned that hero for like 3 months straight. I even said, like, that's the one hero any idiot could win a game with. Like, and that's not a flame on people who pick it. The hero is just really, really good, and you literally just auto attack and hit R, and people have to run away from you. So I would not be surprised to see him become a ban and or pick once again.
Look at all the bands actually from DCX. Silhouette, Moon Queen, and Forsaken Archer. You know, that's got to be just respect to Nox over there. Nox has had a fantastic cycle 1. I made the point yesterday. I believe he was ultimately the top GPM goer in cycle 1, and actually they played also something like 17 matches. But in cycle 1, he had, what was it? I'm just double checking it real quickly. It was 560 goal per minute average through 17 games basically. So pretty impressive right there. But again, Silhouette, Moon Queen, and Forsaken Archer all banned by Emo Boy. So perhaps just a case of, you know what, we know Nox can get crazy with those carries. We do not want to let him get these powerful ones.
One thing to note, though, on those GPM charts, they take into account all the ultimate tournaments you've played as well. It's not solely from the HoN Tour cycles. That's why Chessie's at, like, number 2, because he had, like, 700 GPM against all the 1400s in the opening rounds of those tournaments.
Wait, no. I'm looking at the tournaments tab in game. Yeah, on the actual site, yeah, it is bugged.
Oh, really?
But if you actually look at the tournament tab
I didn't even realize
in
you could do that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
that was added this last patch. So if you go to the tournament stats and you click on Diamond Cycle 1, you can actually see stats specific to that cycle. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, no, I do. That actually makes sense. I was looking at the website stats, and I noticed that they were actually really skewed for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That makes sense as to why. But
Predator pickup. That kind of says that they're not going to be running a jungler here, which is pretty obvious. Keeper is much better suited for that suicide than for the short lane. However, this gives xCet, like they should know now. Again, like they know now what Legion's doing, and they can counterpick pretty effectively.
Yeah.
They got a couple of options here. There aren't really any premier suicides, but I mean, I would pick Warbeast straight away, in all honesty. But he's kind of weak here in this sort of game, but he's still, in my opinion, the best suicide left in the pool.
Team Excellent. No.
Whoa.
That was out of left field. Going Soul Stealer. Okay. Hey, draw friended against you guys in the grand finals. I mean,
I don't know. Excellent's been running that a lot too, but I just not in this game. I mean, if you ult on Predator, he's just going to W and giggle at you as he auto attacks, and he also doesn't really beat a keeper 1v1 with if the keeper gets pulled regen. Oh Lord, Lodestone. Okay, so this is going to be a keeper jungle. By the way, I've actually seen Justice League do this. I'm not surprised, but normally you see it suicide, and their team is scary, man.
Yeah.
It is a scary team. I think Justice League has an incredibly better draft in this game, assuming they pull even in the mid lane, which they should, thanks to the nerfs on Rally. I really like their draft. It is very, very good.
well, what do you think they're thinking with Soul? Is it just simply the AoE? I mean, is it Engineer, Tempest, Soul Stealer? Do you think they got that logic working, or is there anything else that maybe stands out to you about Soul Stealer? Good creep. Whoa. Okay. Now, what? Swindle. This is where I'm glad I have you on.
I'm as confused as you are, man.
I have no clue what to think now. Blitz just picked up by Team Excellence.
Looks like
Beef's like double checking. Wait, is this actually real?
Bassett's is playing it. That means it's going to be a suicide.
Huh.
So, yeah, so it's going to be a suicide blitz, Tempest jungle, NG rally mid, and a Soul Stealer top. I give a big lane advantage to every lane of Legion. Maybe not mid so much because Tempest has a lot more potential to gank than the Keeper does, but they have a really, really good draft here. I like it a lot, and their team fights are going to just be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, if you had to pick, if you take away the players and names and everything, I mean, if you just look at the lineups, no doubt you look at that Legion team and it's like, yeah, I mean, they're gonna win. They're definitely gonna win. But clearly, I doubt Team Excellent went into this saying, you know, we'll just randomly pick up Soul Stealer and a hero like Blitz especially, and just hoping for the best. Obviously, I'm sure they practiced with it. They got some strategy specifically in mind with this. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what that is. What is the skin, by the way, on Blitz? Just he's got a full-on costume
Flash
going on. Is it the Flash Blitz? Okay. that thing. All right, but as you mentioned, possibly going to be in that suicide role. He does get the extra regen. As you see right there.
One thing he does do is if you get leapt on by Predator, he could haste you, and then you could just run away from him. So you can kite the Predator very easily, but the one thing, like, I just don't understand the Soul Stealer pick, because the one thing you want against Predator is lockdown, because he's much like Kronos in that once he uses his leap, it's he really can't do anything other than chase you around. And Soul Stealer has no escape, no stun, and he utilizes mostly magic damage until he has about 2 or 3 items. So I'm very confused as to their draft, but you never know what could happen. Obviously, like you said, they probably have something in mind with the Blitz. He did get pooled a regen, and he did go very heavy on stats. Predator has an extra regen as well. Mid, Pyro will probably be giving Pebbles a regen since he went for the no regen build as well. No regen given to Lodestone, so he did go, however, the extra regen build, so he'll probably be buying a Hatchet once he gets those early CS. The first creep wave or 2 is the most important when fighting against Soul Stealer. And I think that's it as far as the pooling goes. Soul Stealer didn't get any either.
You know, I'm sitting here trying to think about Blitz and kind of going over his abilities just because, you know, if anything, maybe thinking of it against the Predator, the fact that with that Stone Hide, maybe he has a superior magic or something physically, but no, it looks like it is all pretty much magic abilities, so I don't know if anything will work if that Stone Hide is up. So, yeah, it's now he did get that buff, man. I mean, the quicken buff that he got where maximum movement speed cap is increased up to 80, so he can get some ridiculous max movement speed himself. So that is kind of another cool thing about the Hero Blitz, especially now with the changes. But again, it's going to be interesting to see what Excellent ultimately has thinking here when it comes down to it. So they're going to run Nox on that Soul Stealer, and if there's a hero that can get some high GPM, Soul Stealer is most certainly one of those with with that ability that we used to see also often on the competitive scene. Not so much.
Thing is, Tempest is one of those heroes that really takes over the jungle. So
Yeah,
Soul
true.
Stealer, that's the thing. Soul Stealer has to have a good time in lane. And I just don't know if he's going to get that or not. And the early pushing potential of a Keeper of the Forest is enormous as well. So, like most games in this sort of meta, when it's a 1-2-1 with a jungler on both teams, it's going to come down to the mid lane. And the winner of mid is going to win the game. I think the latest statistics have it at about 93% of the time. So, that's the lane we got to watch.
Latest statistics.
Mm-hmm.
Where are these statistics coming from? I'm actually curious.
I have my sources.
Gotcha. All right, so looks like we are ready to go, though. We're going to move on here into game number 2. Again, we jumped into this series. Obviously, didn't get to catch game number 1 because we're watching the Lions versus TMSR series, which happened to be a 2-0 victory for TMSR. For those that were watching earlier, perhaps, but here we go. Keeper of the Force doing his thing. Do you think that needs to be changed? You know, the fact that you can pull the, or is it just simply something that you just have to deal with, and it's what certain heroes can do?
The pulling's fine. You'd break. It's so hard. How do you fix that? You know what I mean? There's so many things that can be changed. The one thing, I think they should bring the pulling back, but that's another story. We can talk about that after game, but I think that's fine. There's some other things that need to be changed. The one thing to note, though, is that's really not a good decision to do against Soul Stealer, because now he's got 4 free souls in level 2. So I would have much rather see them not pull there. Like, I think this hurts the Lodestone much more than it helps him.
No, we missed the last one right there. But
yeah, but he levels up and he gets 3 souls, so that's an extra, I believe, 8 damage, and that's just like now he hits for the same as Lodestone. You beat Soul Stealer by crushing him at the early levels, but when he gets those souls early on, that's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's should have a good start here at Nox again. Yeah, definitely solid player as well. It's going to be a massive creep rate push here, definitely, but yeah, he already has the souls added up and going to be hitting even that much harder. It's supposed to be level 3 here shortly, so the second level of Demon Hands even. Middle lane matchup, the important matchup that you like to break down as far as being, yet again, a case of winner of this match could possibly just win the game for his team. Pebbles versus Rally when it comes to the farm so far, back and forth here when it comes down to it. I'll tell you what, though, I'm definitely intrigued by this Blitz versus Predator lane, though. I want to see what Blitz is going to bring to the table here at this bottom lane. It seems like if this stands to be a true 1 versus 1 matchup, I mean, Blitz should have an okay time at least.
Yeah, I didn't realize he actually has 330 move speed. That's more than any other hero in the game by 10. I did not realize that they had changed him like that, but I mean, he should do pretty well, but he's been focusing on harass a bit, and that's not the greatest choice against Pred. So his CS is a bit low, but Predator has taken some heavy damage. You see ward placed by Fine and Onmi on the same cliff there, so they both have vision of that same area. Fine also with a ward in the bottom lane, trying to prevent the dives onto Blitz from that Keeper once he hits 6. Top lane, just to note, Soul Stealer 9-0, Lodestone 8-0, so lane pretty even so far, but I really think that the pull is going to really damage the Lodestone's ability to win this lane.
Yeah, you see again, level 3 Soul Stealer's has those level 2 Demon Hands, and keep a close eye on that as far as how it picks up. But Pyromancer actually assisting with Keeper of the Force over here, helping him out in the jungle a little bit. Goes out a Phoenix Wave to assist him with that yellow camp, but Keeper of the Force able to do that himself. Obviously, Tempest also having his good time here in his own jungle. It's expected. Who's that playing that? Fine? No. Pew's on Tempest in this game.
I think Fine's the engineer player.
Yes.
They switch off.
Yeah, we actually saw that yesterday in the Ultimate Series. Very good NG player. Had some good moments there.
Thing to note, Tempest had 0 spawns blocked, as did the Keeper. This, however, benefits Tempest a lot more, and if he has good rotations, he should farm incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
We've seen the crazy stuff Tempest can do with total free farm in his woods.
Oh my god, Predator's almost dead. Wow. That was really close. Kind of went there thinking like, oh, he's just taking some harassment, but no, almost got picked off actually by Blitz. He is going to reach in, but you see Blitz trying to box him out here. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it had something to do with the Blitzkrieg perhaps of his Q ability, but almost got the kill there on a Predator. He does survive in the end, however.
Yeah. I mean, it is a ranged hero versus a melee. Oh, mid lane actually some action. Oh, never mind. Just little juking around. But when it's a ranged hero versus a melee, you don't see it very often because most ranged heroes don't make very good suicides, except for maybe Bubbles and Hag. But Blitz, I mean, in theory, it should be a pretty good matchup for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's already got boots, and he talked about how with the base moves to 330, now up to 380, of course, so also already moving pretty damn quick. And again, that kind of speaks for the hero name itself. Ideally going to be going to Energizer, of course, especially with this building. As you see right there, he gets left on, but as you're even referring to, it's going to be good with that quicken. Can help get away, well, quickly against Predator as he leaps in. So another good tool against him. Also saw the top lane, Soul Stealer almost got a kill into Lowstone too, using those demon hands. Actually got him very, very low, but as you see, of course, he used all his regen. With that said, he has used all of his regen, so Zane is completely out of regen. He's actually just sitting on an apprentice row. How about that choice? Going apprentice row first, but...
And this is the issue, though. Soul Stealer now, while a very weak hero on the early levels, like this is where he starts to shine. And when you have a level 5 SS and you have 26 TS this early in the game, you're feeling really confident. And there's really not much Lodestone's going to be able to do for a little bit. Once he does have his ulti, though, it will be dangerous for Nox since he'll be in one-shot range at all times just because of how Lodestone works. But once again, I think the pull... Oh, mid lane. Pebble's almost going down.
I kind of caught that. I kind of lagged though, so but he does ultimately survive. So it was actually good Kexton initially, but not able to finish off. Oh, top lane. There you go. Tempest comes in, and sure enough, Soul Stealer actually gets credit for the bloodless kill. Looks like Tempest Element of Void was used. I don't know if you caught that by chance, but
I mean, Lodestone was just chilling in the trees right there.
Yeah.
Tempest walked up, ulted him in the face, and he got double-handed to the face and died.
Well, that happens.
No vision. It happens.
So bloodless kill. In favor of the leading team, or Hellborn team, excuse me.
Now it's Tempest level 7, Keeper level 5, and he's got about 100 GPM on the Keeper. So this is what happens when you leave a Tempest with no spawns blocked in his woods.
Yeah. And then the Soul Stealer, you keep an eye on his farm again, 375 gold per minute. Okay, so speaking of Soul Stealer, Nox is having a great start here. Where do you see him going? Do you see him crushing the Porky, Assassin Shroud, Shrunken Head? What would you like to see?
He can do a lot of different things here. Geometer's Bane is incredibly effective in this specific matchup just because he's playing against the Keeper. It also, of course, nullifies the Predator slow along with Fervor, but that doesn't really matter. So I believe it also dispels Lodestone's ultimate. So I think Geo's is good, but he'll probably go for either that Shrunken. I assume we go Shrunken first. He can either go Lifesteal before that if he wants to farm a bit, but I would expect to just see a Rush Shrunken followed up by a Geo's, maybe a Blink in between. But standard Soul Stealer items, nothing more, nothing less.
We'll see. We'll see what Nox ultimately decides to go for here. Again, 400 gold per minute. He's got his Steam Boots finished at least. And actually, is that his item? Yes, it is. A Mighty Blade being delivered. So at least going to get the Mighty Blade first. Again, as we've seen many times in the past, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a straight Shrunken Head. But getting the Mighty Blade to bulk up, wouldn't be surprised to see even a Firebrand now after that Mighty Blade purchase. Bottom lane, how is Predator coming along? Predator is managing to get 318 gold per minute. He's 40 and 11, so despite even almost dying, he is still having a pretty good time. But Blitz also not doing too shabby. You see right there, actually turning on a Predator. Look at the damage coming out. Blitzkrieg used as well as his ultimate with the lightning shackles. Not going to be enough for the kill, but kind of get an idea right there of the burst potential, at least from Blitzkrieg. Going to be used. Oh, Predator hunts him down, though, and takes him out with a Venomous Sleeve. You saw that. Blitz knew it was coming. He tried to get away in time, get out of range, but that Venomous Sleep, it's obviously a pretty good range right there. Good kill by Predator. As far as that, 650 range. Nice.
That was really needed. They're dropping behind rapidly, and that also evens them up with Soul Stealer, although SS is still pretty far ahead. You see he grabs the Vestment and the Mighty Blade, so we will expect to see a Shrunken Head first item, and they're going to push this top tower, and there's really not much Lodestone can do about it at this point. He's too far behind.
Just kind of watch it, but yeah, not much else. I mean, the tower, it is definitely going to be pushing middle, and in the meantime, getting distracted by up there. But Book obviously getting picked off, not something you want to see happening. And goes back to your theory, or I guess you've been backed up by evidence, apparently. Middle matchup, man. That's won by one side, then usually their team will win as well. So excellent. Feeling pretty good now, I'm sure.
Yep, they get the tower first, and again, Keeper, he's been pretty much completely useless thus far in this game, and it doesn't look to be changing very soon because his team's already a little far behind, and Keeper's one of those heroes that you kind of want to snowball a bit, get the level 7 early on and just start pushing some towers, pressing some lanes, but now that SS has so much farm and Tempest is so far ahead, they just got to kill in mid. There's really no bright spot for them other than this Predator, and he's not one of those heroes that can kind of take over a game until he gets maybe 2-3 items. He's more of that mid-game powerhouse versus the 8 to 15 minute mark kind of hero. They're looking for Pebbles to fill that role.
I'm also always interested to see, especially like Predator, it seems like there's 3 items. Alchemist, Bones, Alder Parasite, or Sanitarius are pretty much the go-to. as far as the 3 items that we see built on Predator, at least initially. So I wonder which of the 3 he's going to look to factor in for this game. He's going to leap on a Blitz here at the bottom lane, but you see the quicking coming out. And Blitz able to get away. But with that said, Predator has over 1,000 gold saved up now, so maybe we'll see some information there as far as what he is going to be doing. But we know things are bad when, I mean, granted it's not horrible to be doing this, but Pebbles and Powermancer are both doing some triple stack creep camps here in the jungle. So just trying to find any source of farm, which, again, is a good thing for Book, but continuing to not do the greatest here.
It's pretty efficient. They lost lane control in the mid lane, so it was pretty much the best they could hope for.
Yeah.
They also had Lodestone top, Keeper at Ancients, and Predator farming the woods and then bottom, so it's not bad. You actually see them going in on Predator here. They're going to land the rally ultimate. Oh my lord, wow. He died really fast.
I mean, Seismic Slam is one thing, but obviously a lot of that too was the Lightning Shackles on top of the Blitzkrieg, so yeah, the combo of the heroes right there, and Predator could not even get off his, never mind, he doesn't even have it. Doesn't have the Stone Hide, so even if there was a time right there.
Why would you not let... Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that myself.
I've seen so many Predators do it, and I've seen so many Predators die because they don't have Stone Skin, and they keep doing it. It's an extra 1% versus immunity to all spells for 3 seconds. Like, it's mind-boggling.
I agree with you there. I mean, especially in this match. I mean, like I was saying earlier, with Blitz specifically, he's all magic. It's at least from what I'm reading on the tooltips, unless I'm missing something. So that Stonehide seems like it could be a pretty good tool against that as well, coming up from Blitz. But yeah, just passing it off. Again, I don't think it would have saved him 100% there by any means, but it definitely is interesting to talk about. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, the collapse happening. Here comes Blitz with the assistance. The jump was initially in a rally. Did not get the kill, though. Blitz is going to end up falling as Lodestone jumps in with the Shadow Storm. Down goes Rally as well. And now Predator leaping in. But the Tempest ultimate catching him. Oh, the Keeper of the Force walks into it. He tried to get close enough for it right now. The room was on cooldown, so he just simply walked into it. And now he's in trouble. Soulstealer ultimate also going off right there. Predator dead, obviously. Keeper of the Forest still on the run, and actually he might be fine in the end. Engineer's trying to guess. Not going to happen, though, so.
This game is not looking good for Justice League here. They just lost their hard carry and their Lodestone. It was a decent team fight, but the Lodestone ultimate was pretty much completely useless, and it only hit Soulstealer, who was safely in the back. And he's going to have his Blink Dagger actually delivered to him, so skipping the Shrunken Head for now in favor of more mobility, but that's the luxury you can have when you're so far ahead like Nox is in this game. And honestly, it looks like xCet's on their way to a 2-0 victory, because unless Justice League can make something really crazy happen, they're not going to be in a good spot. And another thing about skill builds, Lodestone's continuing to max out his rocket drill. He never skilled the Lodestone plates, even against a Soulstealer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Fred dead again. Same combo.
That is insane, man. I mean, yeah, he just got dropped once again. But you're right. I mean, that is kind of another thing where it's, you look at it, kind of scratch your head a little bit. It's like it's kind of that 1.1 durability. I mean, come on, is it you're really going to pass that up just to get a little bit more out of the other one? So again, not saying that would have made that absolute difference by any means, but just some observations to be had. So Blitz does get the Energizer, by the way. Again, it just seems like it's an item that's almost built for him, really. Seeing him pick that up, and honestly, I definitely agree, and I get where Nox is coming from, getting this portal key here. But I'm honestly a little surprised, especially with it being Nox specifically. I mean, this is a guy that is known for going the Searing Light, going for I'm going to sit back and farm. I was talking about the highest GPM in HoN Tour Cycle 1, but going the portal key here. So
he also went for a vestment, something I rarely see. So maybe he's changing his tune from going for flashy items to going for items that win games. Because I swear to you, I've seen him play Dampiers with 800 billion GPM and then just not investments in it. It's mind-boggling.
We've definitely had a couple of those moments watching him as well. So, but this game doing just fine. 2,200 gold on Tempest, by the way. Pew's back at base currently. Is he going to go just straight portal key? I know he actually likes to do that too. Yes, he is. So going the straight portal key himself. By straight, obviously, he went the Ring of Sorcery first, but not going the Astrolabe or even upgrading the boots instead. Going into it. Legion team, I mean, you look across the board, it's what's good over here, and nothing really. Top lane, this could be good. Soulstealer going to calm it down, he will be destroyed. Predator actually assisting with Lodestone right there, but at what cost? The chase from Blitz is happening. I believe the Pilfering was applied, excuse me, and they do get the kill on a Lodestone. Predator able to leap out, or port out at least, but so Blitz gets a counter kill, but a good kill on a Soulstealer. Coming out by DCX, so.
And they finally get the bottom tower, their first of the game. Not what you're looking for, 14 minutes in with the Keeper of the Forest, a new team, and then TP is canceled by Pebbles, and then the two more, and then Keeper cancels and Pyro goes in. But That was actually a really good decision, because when you TP into an engineer ultimate, it never ends well, especially when the rally has a DD and his ultimate up.
Yeah, that just looks kind of funny, but they're gonna try to apply some more pressure, but as you see, they realize, okay, we can't stick around here too long. So they decide to get back, but again, I was going to, so they kill Solstice right there, that's good. You look across the board though at the items here on the Legion side, and nothing really standing out just yet. 14 minutes in plus. 1,300 gold on Pebbles, so the portal key is coming here. But still a little bit of ways. Predator's still not even on that first item yet. He's sitting with another Gloves of Swift. Again, that's not really an answer though, as far as what he's going to be going for. It's probably either the Elder or the Sanitarius at this rate. Rally's going to be jumping in the meantime. Snow Knight's up, but Lowstone gets kind of nice keg stun coming out right there, as well as a turret, and Blitz assisting in the midst of this as well. He does what he does. I'm trying to remember that. His lightning shackles are there with his ultimate. The lockdown. Lowstone now in trouble. He's going to try to survive, maybe distract them. Goes the other direction with the rocket trail. Not enough, though. And he eventually gets picked off by Bassett. So it's just going to continue now for Team Excellent here.
Yeah, the lane. This game really just comes down to the lanes. Soul Stealer won his lane largely in thanks to Keeper of the Forest. Mid lane was won by a Tempest gank, and then bottom Blitz just showing that he can mosey and rally ganks 2 free kills, and Predator gets kind of shut down. He's not even finished his Elder Parasite yet, so he's really suffering, and it just comes down to lane dominance translated into a Keeper of the Forest jungle who really can't do much in order to help those lanes, and you just snowball from there pretty much.
Yeah. So here we are, 15.5 minutes in, 10-4 hero kill lead, and again, the stats really speak for themselves. You're going to have a shrunken head here soon on Soul Stealer as well, so just more things adding up well in favor of Team Excellent. Not so much for the Legion team, and especially with that shrunken head finish, it's going to be more of a let's just group up and push out this Legion team, I'm sure, coming out from Team Excellent, because they have a hell of a team fighting team, especially when they get the items that they are looking at here. Bassett's, by the way, on Blitz here. Well, first off, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Keeper and Pebbles coming in. He does not know it. There's the root coming out. Blitz is in a lot of trouble even, and Pebbles with the combo easily sets up the kill, so good kill there. But as I was speaking about, what the hell? Again, Pebbles uses the TP on accident. I was going to buy another one, but Blitz actually buying towards a Nullfire Blade here, looks like, by the way, as he purchases a Quick Blade into an Apprentice robe. So
it's something you can actually purge the roots, so it's not bad. I like it in this game. Mana Burn's also pretty good against heroes like Lodestone, Pebbles, Predator, etc. You can also purge Keeper Invis and the armor.
Speaking of Keeper, Rally's actually trying to cut him off right here. There's the Compel going to Seismic Slam. Yes, baby! Down goes Keeper. Soul Stealer and Tempest also assisting, so obviously with those portal keys. Able to get there very quickly, and a haste rune doesn't hurt either from Rally. But oh, yeah, he also has a portal key. Wow, you saw right there. So 3 heroes with the portal keys. You have Blitz, who, oh, does he really need a portal key? He just gets there very quickly. Engineer's kind of the one left out in that sense, but bottom tower kill easily going to happen right here. Now, they will have a portal key on Pebbles at least. He is going back to base to pick that up now. So you could say maybe at least something good there. Blitz, in the meantime, not so good. Picks up Pyromancer. Happens to be, for some reason, way up there in the jungle. So free kill happening. And Predator still sitting only on 1,200 gold now. I mean, again, he's had the other Parasite here. He's doing some Ancients currently, but, as you were referring to earlier, he's not a, get that one item and start snowballing for that. He needs some time to build up, really. And
if he had maybe an Elder Parasite, again, it's just, you look at the game, they're incredibly far behind. Like, the draft is there, it's a nice lineup, but much like Lions in the last game, they needed their core items, and they just lost the lanes so hard that they're not able to get them, and it's just a snowball from there. I mean, both teams are obviously good, but you just, when you have a Keeper jungle, you really need to not lose your lane so hard, because he simply can't do anything to help you until level 6, preferably level 7, and that's not what happened.
Predator is saving up some good gold, though. 1,600 gold and counting here. So again, we'll see if he transitions or gets the Insanitarius as well, or a different route. Soul Stealer, he has the Shrunken Head portal key. So if your team excellent here, I mean, you got Tempest Ultimate, it is up, you got portal keys all over the place. Are you picking fights now? Are you trying to force the issue, or could you still play, more of a passive game here?
They're in no hurry. I mean, Shrunken Head on Tempest is going to be up pretty soon. Diffusal on Blitz. They're in no hurry whatsoever. Legion's got to make some plays. They do get the mid tower, but they're really far behind now, and they're going to need a miracle. I mean, again, they have a level 11 Lodestone, a Keeper, a Pebbles Blink. They've got the potential to make plays, but it's going to be really difficult in a game like this when they're this far behind.
Could possibly be seeing some action here. Predator leading the way. You see ports coming in, though, from behind. Rally charging up, but DCX quickly falls back before any initiation is to be had. So they know that they are probably still enough behind to the point where they're not going to be winning a team fight at this rate. So they did not want a decision, at least by DCX right there. Likely to fall back before anything dangerous happens. But you talked about those next tier of items that are going to be coming up. The No Fire Blade on Blitz around the corner. The Shrunken Head on Tempest. He has 2,100 gold, so close to that. Already having the Mighty Blade. And also this could help things too. Doing a Kongor. Most likely going to go to Soul Stealer here with a token. There is a Ward of Sight that maybe spotted them, but again, it's a case of if you're DCX, in fact, the tree's going to come in here to guarantee it. They're probably not going to win this fight. They are going over on the minimap, you can see. They're making their way over, trying to maybe make something happen. It's going to be close, and actually, they're going to retreat right here. Predator coming in. We do see Pebbles jumping in as well. Gets his blitz despite the quicken. Tempest in the background. Tempest ultimate going to go over there. Full lockdown. In comes also but Soul Stealer with the follow-up. Pyromancer explodes right off the bat. However, Stonehide was up for Predator. He's looking to do some damage. Energy Field catches him. Trying to chase down Soul Stealer. Not going to happen. The Legion team, though, seems like they're not in the worst of spots. Tempest buys back, however, and he's looking to come back into the fight. Pebbles finds Engineer. Free kill right there. Ends up being a double tap for him. They are down Keeper and Pyromancer currently. Blitz chasing Predator. Predator caught off by himself, actually. This could be big. Rowley jumps in with no life, but he compels him quickly, and down goes Predator. So great catch, and they are going to go back to Kongor now. So it looked like TCX might have had something going there for a little bit, but not for
if Keeper hadn't walked into the root or walked into the Tempest ulti and canceled it immediately, it might have been a lot better. But unfortunately, that Engineer ulti is really devastating. It might have been able to kill SS, but the Predator had to run through that ult and thus could not get the leap off in time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Soul Stealer has token now. He's going to have the Geos soon. Nice to see Nox going the proper item build.
Firebrand purchase there.
He would win. It would have won a lot more games in his past if he did that more often. But he is going the pretty much perfect items for this game.
Don't jump to conclusions. We could still see the Dawnbringer here.
Oh, I don't think so. That's not possible.
Probably not. However, Nox does need to be careful here. Looks like they want to try to get something on him. Lowstone coming up. You see Pebbles as well as Keeper of the Forest. They know they're up here. Will they be able to collapse? Pyromancer, that's an illusion being sent in, maybe to try to bait something out. Up, Soul Stealer. Portal keys in. Quickly realizes that it was all a lie. It was all an illusion. We got to fight Bruin up here. Who's going to jump is the question. Keeper of the Force over the front lines. Doesn't have root just yet. Pebble says, here's the time. Rally gets chucked back in. Lowstone with a follow-up. Kind of awkward. Compel forward, though, coming up from Rally. But here comes Soul Stealer. There's the ultimate from Soul Stealer. Down goes Pebbles right there by Predator in his Stonehide. He's able to tank it. Takes out the energy field, but now the Legion team realizing, okay, we need to fall back here. Keep the Force does have that root. Can he get it off? No, he cannot. He gets locked down. Predator leaps back in. Shadowstorm explosion. Gonna go off right here. They take out Blitz with the head smash. Soul Stealer jumps back in, though. One demon hand, two demon hands, not gonna connect. Lowstone survives for now, and the rest are gonna get away. So back and forth fights happening once again, but if you're the Legion team, and actually it might not be over just yet. Tempest still chasing. I don't think they're gonna chase him down, though.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty well in these fights, even with such a huge disadvantage. Like, imagine if they weren't this far behind. Like, they still don't have an Astrolabe. Keeper neglecting to pick that up, instead going for the phase boots, and I assume a rushed refresher. They don't have a barrier, no Ring of the Teacher even. They have literally zero support items. Nothing. Yeah. No utility, no support items other than that Arcane Ring. So they are really suffering, and I think that's a big part of why they're losing these team fights in the end.
That's true, yeah. I mean,
Pebbles grabs a bulwark,
at least, yeah. It's got something there in that side of things, but okay. I mean, Predator, he does have the Insanitary Cellar Parasite now, man. I mean, he has a Mighty Blade even on top of that, so he's been able to barely stay alive. He's only got 350 gold per minute, nothing mind-blowing by any means, but he is doing enough right now. So you're right to say, you know, you look back at these fights and figure, okay, at least they're not the worst things in the world. You kind of wonder if maybe different item pickups and then also a little bit better for laning phase, how it could be different. But in the end, Nox, he is getting closer and closer to that Geometry Spin. He hasn't taken a life for how much longer? 4 minutes plus, so he still has plenty of time on that.
Another thing to note, I think both of these teams have a lot of potential, but I would definitely think they're both considered to be, you know, maybe top 5, but not top 3. And one of the things I think holds them both back, if you look around both teams, neither team has an Astrolabe, no heroes are building for a barrier, they don't have push books, they don't have Ring of the Teachers, like, they're just totally neglecting support items. And I think the past a few months of gameplay have kind of shown and proven that support items are one of the big things that take you from a loss to a victory in many team fights. So something maybe both teams could work on for the future.
Yeah, something to definitely keep in mind there. That's actually a very good observation. I mean, no Astrolabe's nothing. That's very true.
Ring of the Teacher is a really easy one. I mean, that's something you should always have.
I am a little surprised at that. You're pointing that. It does, yeah. I mean, Payman's pointing at. I mean, Engineer looks like he is going for push book or tablet even, but obviously still has a little bit of ways to go there before that eventually comes up. But bottom lane, they obviously stick on the middle tower, going bottom now. Level 16 Soul Stealer, by the way. So that Soul Burst of his is going to be maximum efficiency even. 3 minutes now remaining on the token, still plenty of time. This is going to be a free tower kill. Not much DCX can do about that, or want to even. No Fireblade's still not finished on Blitz, by the way. He does have 1780 gold now, but he has been sitting on those items for a little bit. And they're not going to look to break into the base, though, by any means.
Yeah, there's more towers they can take. Soul Stealer's got another item finishing up pretty soon. There's just no rush for them. They're in a dominating position, and they are Hellborn, so they'll be able to kill Conger every time he spawns. So most Dota HoN League, mostly Dota HoN, I suppose, but most professionals agree that you need about a 15,000 or so gold lead plus some support items to break base effectively.
Yep.
And they don't have either of those. And if you're playing smart and you're just trying not to throw, got a lot on the line, you play safe, and that's really all they have to do in order to win this game. Diffusal picked up by the Blitz. Geo soon to be finished on Soul Stealer unless he goes YOLO and buys a Dawnbringer. And nothing else really notably finishing up soon. Barb maybe in a bit on Zane, and I think Ember Boy's going to be going for the Frostburn, but again, they're just so far away from those items. If Keeper could get a refresher, that'd be huge, but I don't see him finishing that before the end of this game.
Yeah, it's he still has definitely a little bit of a ways to go, so this rate, maybe not, but 26 minutes in. I mean, with that said, you do look at the actual clock, and it is still, it's not the longest game by any means, only 26 minutes in, but it's just about, being relative to where the leads are right now in favor of the Hellborn team specifically. Blitz using that quick, and he's trying to get close enough to initiate. He has a no fire now, not able to chase anyone down. The Shaman Cedra is picked up by Rally as well, so a barrier idol looks like could be in the makings now, at least for Team Excellent. Really push into that base and break through. Soul Stealer, he did eventually go the Geometer Spain, so not going. So
he's
happy,
got a
so
minute on
excited.
token too.
So happy for him. That's good.
I'm telling you, man, item choice and just basics. A lot of people, say, "Oh, this blah blah blah. This guy's good, and that guy's never placed top 10 in the HoN Tour cycle." A lot of what makes you a good player is your item choice and your game sense. It's a lot more than how many CS do you get, what's your GPM, and what's your MMR. I mean, there's a lot of things that make you a pro competitive player that a lot of people without insight won't really see. Wow, Tempest ults, nothing.
Well, he got his own team. Yeah, I did not catch the beginning of that, so it's hard for me to sit here and say exactly what happened.
It was about the same as the end.
It was. That's
no difference.
Okay. Well, got nothing, and that's big. The Legion team knows that they do not have a Tempest ultimate to worry about now, unless he has some. It's going to sell those items by Rest of Stone here, but probably not going to happen. So that's going to free them up a little bit. And actually, Pebbles finds two right here. Engineer going to be combo. Will it be never the kill on him at least? Yes, it will. Rally's like, I'm out of here. Not going to be involved. Tempest also getting away. So a pick. No Tempest ultimate. Is it happening? Is Team Excellent making some crucial mistakes here? This is going to be a free tower kill as well.
I don't think Ron Paul is coming out just yet. They're going to need a few more miracles before it's happening. The one thing to note, when Keeper goes these items, the Rushed Refresher, he's basically a walking route, and he does absolutely nothing more. And that's one of the reasons I really disagree with the choice. But if he can finish it, it'll be a big deal. Yeah. But he's very far away. Not really.
I mean, yeah, this tower kill, it's going to actually be pretty close, honestly. It's going to need a little bit more, but they get the other tower kills. That all other towers, holy crap. They actually get all other towers destroyed in favor of DCX. So there's a sustainer purchase. There's a restoration stone just around the corner now even. 2,900 gold on Pebbles too, by the way. So
I think he'll probably be finishing his demonic soon. I mean, they do have a chance here. They always have the threat of lodestone. Yeah. You cannot underestimate a lodestone, and a predator can just go kind of crazy if he gets enough farm. I mean, because that's the thing about Insanitarius. It's one of those items that it's like an item and a half, because when it's on, you're doing, it's 25 damage, or rather 45 damage, 25 strength, 35 attack speed, and obviously you're losing health, but the point is you're doing damage. So if they can land a big double root with a lodestone ulti and not get Master Tempest ultied, they might have a prayer at winning a team fight or two.
Oh, Raleigh doing an interesting thing right there. He actually compelled his own illusion to make them think that was actually him. And he tried to bait out some big abilities, but in the end it was just a chuck from Pebbles, not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, the Brutalizer pickup now by Predator, so definitely a pretty solid threat there when it comes down to it. 3,100 more gold again, saved up on Pebbles. Do you think that that full-on demonic breastplate is going to be what we're seeing here from Pebbles, or does he need that shrunken perhaps?
Oh, sorry, that was me. I'm supposed to answer that. You're talking about Pebbles, correct?
I have to. I mean, yeah, Pebbles.
In this, you'd like to see a shrunken, but in this kind of game, they just need more damage. It's a tough call, in all honesty. It depends on what he thinks will happen. If he goes in, combos down the blitz, the NG grabs a kill, runs away, you're going to prefer that he had the AC, but it really just depends on the choice. I think you have to go AC here because you're so far behind. You need all the damage you can get, and you're going to just want to you're going to have to... Oh, he does go the shrunken.
Yeah.
So he disagrees with me, but... We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see who's wrong in the end.
It's better for the team fight.
Yeah.
For his personal health, but the Predator's going to be nerfed a little bit because his damage isn't that high yet, and he just picked up a Basher. So we'll see. He's been keeping it on aggressive, so I like that. It's just going to come. We'll have to see how the team fight happens, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I really still give Hellborn a huge edge, but they do have the double root now, finally. So if they can land that on an unsuspecting group, because if Pew doesn't know, blinks in after the root, BKB ults, and just gets caught in another root, he's going to be kind of nullified for the team fight. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, Soulstealer all by himself. He's on the water side. Can they actually burst him down in time? No, they cannot. The Tempest Ultimate all 5. Holy crap. Soul Burst and GG. Well played. Quad kill for Nox. That should do it. Oh, man. Could that have been any prettier?
Well played by Pew, but
yeah, no, I know what you're gonna say.
Rocks, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know.
That was very pretty. However, very pretty.
That's a wombo combo at its finest, right there.
That is that.
I don't see you coming back after that. I mean, it's one thing before all that happened, but it's that has just got to be demoralizing as all hell. On top of just being now another token of life on Soulstealer. Oh god, okay. Yeah, actually
they were gonna win that fight too. Like they were about to kill the Soulstealer. He didn't get his shrunken off before Pyro stunned him, and a double root would have, like, Rally blinked in, Tempest blinked in, shrunken headed. If the root was there, everything was going to die, and Legion was going to take that team fight. But it was just not meant to be.
It was exactly. I mean, it was setting up so perfect. All cards were in place. Everything was there. The ward of sight spotting. The ward of sight spotting Soulstealer, he happened to be all by himself on one side of the map, or one side of the Conquer pit, I should say, where the other part of the team was over here on this other side of the Conquer pit. It's like okay, this is our opportunity. This is where we capitalize. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden see 5 for nothing, and the result of the Team Excellent right there. That's just how it works, I guess. We do see Rally. He is disconnected, timing out right there, unfortunately. So have to wait for him to get back in. Looks like he is connecting, though, so got the issue taken care of quickly. But Soulstealer, he has his own Soul's Bulwark, actually. Picked up on himself, even. No Fireblade, still level 1, but yeah, that doesn't even really matter, though. Is there any buybacks? Yo, absolutely not. They don't have the most resurrection time left. So they're probably going to hold the racks here, because everything was used by the Hellborn team. So they don't have any ultimates now. I would assume you're not pushing here if you're Team Excellent.
This is one of those situations where they probably could push and could win the game, but there's no reason to.
Yeah.
They could just wait for Tempest ult, and then win the game. They're really not in a hurry, especially since Rally's so far away. They'll probably be able to get this tower with ease, but that's going to be it.
Yeah, I think actually that has a lot to do with Rally. Unfortunately, with the DC also not there, so more of a reason why. Yeah, just go for the safe route. Again, everything is up on the Legion side. They have the Restoration Stone root. They have all their ultimate, so it would be a very even though you are quite a bit ahead. Even a bit of a risky move that's just unnecessary in the end. So they are going to push into the lane here. We'll see how far they ultimately go. The tower, it is fairly low already. It's going to drop here. Again, the question is, though, will they try to commit to a Rax or will they fall back? Resurrection is starting to happen. There's your answer. Team Excellent says, not worth it. We're going to fall back and prevent any chance of a comeback there. Demonic Breastplate was finished by Solstice. I was wondering about that. If he had it or not finished, and sure enough, gets it delivered. So, full-on Demonic Breastplate now for him. A lot of damage potential from his right clicks. On top of course, as we saw with the AoE, hell, if he gets all 5 clumped up like that, his Soul Burst will do plenty. Soul Burst is an interesting ability, too. I know this is a staple hero, at least it used to be for the longest time, so you're well aware. I mean, but you think Soul Burst, you think for the damage, it's always fun. But it also does minus 25% base damage to enemies, as well as a 25% movement slow. It's kind of things they maybe seem to forget all the time, but that's actually another great benefit of it.
It's a really versatile ability. You can use it for its damage, for its utility. That's part of the buff. They made it so you can't really one-shot as well, but it did more damage to units further away, which kind of makes it more of a utility AoE damage spell versus a hi, you're dead kind of spell. So it's a really interesting item, to be honest. And you see, actually, Barrier Idol and Sacrificial Stone picked up by Rally, so they are grabbing the support items. Nice to see, but still no Ring of the Teacher, which is fairly disappointing. An Abyssal Skull's easily the most cost-effective team item in the game. 5 armor, 50% damage for your entire squad for 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
I'd love to see somebody grab that, but at this point, they're 20k ahead or whatever, and they're going to win, but you can always min-max a little bit better.
Yeah, no, it's just it's the small things. Definitely the small things. Obviously, again, going back to what is on the line here specifically for this match, the winner of this series is going to be playing Team USA tomorrow in the winners bracket semifinals here for cycle number 2 HoN Tour Season 2. So you got Solstice, though, cleaning up some more Ancients again. They're not in a hurry. Solstice still has 430 on the token. And also, you see right here, Justice League, and understandably so, they're desperate. They're trying to make something happen. They're going to be moving as a team right here. Try to find, look at the train is coming, man. The pain train is coming. Can they actually find somebody, maybe a couple? It doesn't look like it. The mini-map not really giving them much hope. Rowley's kind of here in the middle lane by himself, but he's going to quickly fall back. Spider senses Stingling, and he'll be fine. The Overboard is out over here. Maybe as to why, but yeah, DCX again, they're desperate trying to get anything, but Team Excellent just playing very smart and not giving him the chance.
Soul Stealer's got nearly double the GPM of Predator. It's just not gonna happen. And I mean, it was a good run. I was really surprised that Justice League was able to take out IG in round 1. So the fact that they're even in this game is kind of a victory for them. And I'm honestly surprised that their showing was relatively poor in comparison, just because they played excellent in that first series. And it's, again, like I don't know what's up. I mean, it's a really weird like group of teams we've got now in the pro scene. Everybody seems to be so inconsistent. Oh, initiation on Soul Stealer.
It is the real Soul Stealer. Yeah, he gets compelled for it though. Barrier Idol comes out. Predator leaps in. The Geometrist being used immediately. Predator is all in right here. Stone Hide, Elder Parasite, everything. He's trying to find an opportunity, but they're not going to give it to him. So they're kind of toying with them almost, trying to bait stuff out like that. And well, they basically do right there. So well played. Coming out, I guess, but in the end, still game left. Still game left here for DCX. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Justice League did look very good against Internet Gangsters in that first series that I happened to cover. So, kind of stepping off here into game number 2, but patience here by Excellent.
They're not in any hurry. Tempest, I mean, again, they can just bait the Soul Stealer. If they go for him, they lose by default because they'll just respawn with the token. They know they're against the double root now, so they're being a little more cautious. It can cause some big problems, especially with the Lodestone ultimate.
Gonna catch. Oh, they're gonna miss right there with the initiation. Here we go. The Predator leaps on the rally action in the background. Blitz being taken out by Pebbles. Tempest ultimate gonna be used right there. There's like that Soul Burst right on top, and look at Predator just melt. He is not buying back either. Lodestone gets caught out. In the meantime, no fire on a keeper. Root comes out. He's gonna be bursted down though, and there you go. It's just it was bound to finish in favor of Team Excellent. It's just a matter of time at that rate. So. There you go. Team Excellent looks like, pending a Decisive going through. There you go. Goes through. And they will be taking the game, the series, and as like I said earlier, as a result, moving on to play Team USA in the winner bracket semifinals. That'll be taking place tomorrow in the later match, of course. So good luck to Excellent. Justice League going to be dropping down to the losers bracket. But as you said, and we definitely saw that earlier, it had a great showing against Internet Gangsters earlier. Definitely a team that could make a run in those losers bracket on any given Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see what it comes down to. But Excellent. That was fun to watch, especially that Wombo combo coming together. Any final words from yourself here on that match and even today, Swinnamelons?
Not really. I mean, well played by both squads. Excellent, just proven to be the better team. And interesting note, I believe the top 4 teams of this cycle are the exact same as the top 4 we saw in the last cycle. And it's actually the same matchup, too. USA versus xCet, Stay Green versus Too Much Sugar.
Look at that. Look at that. That is correct as far as the semifinal matchup. So interesting stuff. I will say, on that note, there is something different from last season to this season. And actually, last season it was based on the overall standings.